This short video in the referencing playlist focuses on the reference list for Harvard and APA 7th styles. First of all, what is the reference list? It provides your reader with the details that they need to be able to find the sources of information that you've referred to in your writing. Your in-text citation will provide them with who wrote it and when, and that information will allow your reader to find the full details in your reference list. The reference list entries might include details such as the author's name, the year of publication, the titles of your sources, issue and edition information that goes with those titles, details of the publisher, and where the resource can be accessed. So different source types might require slightly different bits of information. For example, these are some examples of what you would need to include for a printed book in Harvard and in APA 7th. These lists are screenshots from Cite Them Right online, which has this handy little checklist so you can make sure you've got the right information you need. We can see that both styles require very similar information: the author or editor, the year of publication, the title, the edition, and the publisher. So where does the reference list go in your assignment? It goes at the end after your conclusion. You should present your list in alphabetical order by author. You should use the format directed by the style you're required to use. We're talking about Harvard and APA 7th in this video. And your reference list is not included in your word count. Now, Cite Them Right online has example reference lists. So this is a Harvard example, and this is an APA 7th example. These examples are really useful to compare your reference lists once you've built them, so you can see if you are formatting yours in the same way. Let's think a little bit more about Cite Them Right. It's a really good way to find out how to format your reference list entries. The information you need to show in your reference list broadly: who wrote it, when it was published or last updated, what it's called, and there might be more than one title for certain source types, and where it can be found or accessed or where it's been published. Now, Cite Them Right online gives you examples for each different source type because each source type has got a slightly different format. This is the example of a printed book for Harvard, and here it is for APA 7th. We can see for both styles that we need to say who's written it. We've got the author surname and initial or initials. We've then got when it was published in round brackets. We've got the source title, the book title in this case, in italics, followed by the issue information if it's available, and then where it can be found, where it's been published, the publisher name. Both styles are fairly similar in how they present the printed book, but you can see in APA 7th the main difference is the hanging indent, where the second and subsequent lines are indented slightly. That isn't required in Harvard, but is required in all your reference list entries in APA 7. So how can we find out how to reference all other source types? I've shown you the book. How can we find out about all the other source types that you're going to use? We would recommend using Cite Them Right online so that you can make your reference lists perfect. Cite Them Right online demonstrates the latest version of the style. Any free resources that you might find on the internet are going to be out of date. Cite Them Right online gives you examples of the format for you to apply to your own work, and it will do that for printed books electronic books, journal articles, web pages, and any other source type that you need to reference. There is a you try box for each source type on Cite Them Right online, in which you can build your reference list entry using the prompts and the correct formatting that's there for you already. And there is an example list and example pages for you to compare your entries to. A quote from a past student says, "Once I started using Cite Them Right, the comments from markers regarding my references stopped," which is a brilliant recommendation for using Cite Them Right online. So you might be wondering, how can I access Cite Them Right online? You should go to the ref zone. The QR code on the left of the screen will take you to the ref zone. Click on the Harvard or APA 7th tab, depending on your style that you need to use, and you will find information about how to access Cite Them Right online. You can also use the link in the video description. The QR code on the right will take you directly to our How to Use Cite Them Right online video, so you can find out more about how to use it straight away. And again, there's a link directly to that video in this video's description.